अस्सलामुअलैकुम फ्रेंड्स,
मैं हूँ किफ़ायतुल्लाह
और माय नेम इज साइड अरफान।
और इस वीडियो में हम वो जो सीरीज हमने चालू की है ना, वो क्या था उसका नाम?
सालेह अलैहिस्सलाम।
सालेह अलैहिस्सलाम। ये सालेह अलैहिस्सलाम को स्टोरी का तीसरा पार्ट है। तो आइए इस पार्ट को भी देखते हैं और ये लास्ट पार्ट है सीरीज का। तो आइए वीडियो को देखते हैं।
3 days. This is a promise that there's no doubt in it. They said, huh? Salih is threatening us? Let's kill Salih.
These 9 people got together. And what did they do? قالوا تقاسموا بالله لنبيتنه وأهله ثم لنقولن لوليه ما شهدنا مهلك أهله وإنا لصادقون. They swore an oath between the 9 of them that tonight we want to kill Salih and his whole family. Tonight we want to kill him and his family. And in the morning, we will tell everybody that we don't know anything. We will pretend like we are one of them. So Allah says, وَمَكَرُوا مَكْرًا وَمَكَرْنَا مَكْرًا وَهُمْ لَا يَشْعُرُونَ. They planned their planning and we planned our planning. Allah says, we had our plan, they had their plan. Now they looked at their houses, they were happy. Remember what they said? What is Allah going to send to us? What can He send? Can He send to us a wind? We have a rock, home made of rock. And so on. They were so happy. And Salih alayhi salam was instructed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to leave the place. He was instructed, leave. Because now the punishment was going to come. These people were happy, they got rid of the man.
The first day, Allah made the color of the faces of that town, all their faces was yellow. So they realized there's something coming. And the second day, all the faces of the people of that town became red. And the third day, their faces became dark and black. So they knew there's something coming. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah Azza wa Jal destroyed them, and He destroyed them in a way they felt it from the deep of the bottom of their hearts. When you destroy someone slowly, it's much more severe and painful than when you destroy someone at once. And Allah destroyed them a severe, slow punishment that they experienced that punishment second by second. The first day, their faces became yellow. The second day, their faces became red. The third day, their faces became black. So they start to scream and cry and whine and scream and shout. Looks like what Salih said is true. So they start to dig up their graves, knowing that's their ending, finished. Who are they going to run to? Who's going to cure them? Who's going to help them? Something they saw with their own eyes, experienced with their own hand.
And then Allah says, فَانظُرْ كَيْفَ كَانَ عَاقِبَةُ مَكْرِهِمْ. Take a look at what was the result of their own plot. They plotted the downfall of the one who was bringing them towards goodness. And Allah says, we in return destroyed them completely. How did the destruction come? 3 days passed, they still didn't see the punishment, besides the fact that their faces were changing and they were crying and they knew something was happening. So they went into their dwellings. Listen carefully. They went into their dwellings, safe, secure, those rock homes, and they were now secure. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent them something He's never sent before. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, فَأَخَذَتْهُمُ الصَّيْحَةُ مُصْبِحِينَ. We sent them a sound wave in the morning. What was a sound wave? They started hearing a sound. The sound became louder, 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 until each one of them were curled up because of the loudness of the sound. And the sound started shaking. Their whole community, the nation was shaking. And the sound itself it created a tremor And that sound resulted in their hearts dropping. And they died on the spot with the sound. Just with sound. Imagine the flood didn't come. The wind didn't come. Just a sound. Allah says we destroyed them because the sound resulted in the tremor. And the tremor is a rajfa. And the rajfa and the sound, they were destroyed completely. Amazing. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses some powerful words. He says, إِنَّا أَرْسَلْنَا عَلَيْهِمْ صَيْحَةً وَاحِدَةً فَكَانُوا كَهَشِيمِ الْمُحْتَضِرِ. We sent them one loud sound wave and they became rubble.
How powerful were they? How strong were they? They were very powerful, very strong, very wealthy. But all this in front of Allah is nothing. It's only those who say, La ilaha illallah. And that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He saved Salih and those who followed him. When our order came and decree was issued, we saved Salih and those who believed with him. A mercy and a grace from us and from the disgraceful day of that day. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saved Salih and those who believed with him.
Salih alayhi salam, after that, went back. When everything was destroyed, he went back. These people were dead, killed, gone.
Broken heart and sad over his people. Is that the ending that you people want to be in? Upset. You could have said La ilaha illallah and followed me and you'd have had everything. Allah Azza wa Jal would have saved you from this punishment, and Allah Azza wa Jal would have increased from His wealth upon you, from His grace and from His bounties upon you. But you had to deny and have pride and turn against His orders and lead up to what you led up to. He walked away, Salih left them. He walked away and he looked at his town and said, Oh my people, I had conveyed the message of Allah to you. And I advised, and I was a sincere advisor to you. You don't like the people who give you sincere advices. And this is the unfortunate thing. We live this now. You come to some people, warn them, pray, akhi, fast. Leave the haram. They don't listen to you, but they rather listen to someone who's into the haram and lives into the haram, doesn't care about him or care about anyone else, and they follow them. People like to follow those who don't want good for them and reject to follow those who want good from them. And then Salih alayhi salam will migrate to Palestine and he will live in a city called Ramla. He will live in a city called Ramla, and Salih alayhi salam will die and pass away in Ramla. And the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam in the battle of Tabuk, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he went past the city of Thamud. And when the companions were there, there was water, there was a well of water. So they were in the middle of the desert to see the well of water. They said they drank from it. And they used a bit of that water for their food to cook. And there was some little utensils from those days. They took it with them. So Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, anyone that took water from there, throw it out. And any food that you cooked from that water, throw it out. And any utensils that you took or pots that you took, take it back. Do not walk into these places. Those places in which Allah Azza wa Jalla has sent His anger and wrath upon, only if you are crying. Only if you are crying. Another narration says, and if you can't cry, make yourself cry. This is something, ikhwan, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala left for us to hear and listen. We hear from the Quran al-Kareem and we listen to it. And the place that you could go and see if you want to go and visit those places. For what? Not for the sake of tourist attraction, for the sake of us to realize anyone that follows their path will end up where they were. Anyone that follows their path, and anyone that rejects the haqq, and anyone that rejects the Prophet, and anyone that rejects the call of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and anyone that wants to follow the path of corruption and mischief, and anyone that wants to be like those 9 who used to cause mischief and corruption on earth, well, the ending will always be like them. Allah Azza wa Jal destroyed them, destroyed many nations before them, many nations after them, and more to come for anyone that follows their path. Oh, my brothers and sisters in Islam, your only way is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Your only path to save you from that is Allah Azza wa Jal. Your only way of thinking is the thinking of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Your only way of living is the living of Islam. So my brothers and sisters, turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. be with Allah Azza wa Jal, and be from the saved ones. How beautiful would it be if you were Salih at that time? You are the saved one. And how ugly would it be if you are from among those who Allah Azza wa Jal send this punishment. Ya ikhwani, turn to Allah and be with Allah, and take these stories as a moment of reflection to think, and take those messengers and prophets as a great example. As Allah says, with their guidance follow their path. They are those who Allah Azza wa Jal had chosen for us to be an example, not anyone else. Not anyone else. They are our example.
وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد سبحان الله بحمده سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.
So, I don't know about Salih alayhi salam. I know a lot of things now.
तो आपने देखा कि उसका कैमल कैसे थी और कहाँ से आई थी. तो शुक्रिया इस वीडियो को देखने के लिए. मिलते हैं अगले वीडियो में, तब तक के लिए
Allah Hafiz.